I'm sure you've heard before, thoughts become things, right? So if you want to change your world, change your thoughts. Easy, right? Well, they also say that 90% of our thoughts, behaviors, and beliefs come from subconscious programming. And most of us are running around on autopilot. We get up in our day and we just proceed through the automatic same process that we've always done. We get snippy where we usually get snippy. We have a little road rage on the way to work and on the way to the office. We eat the same things. We react the same way to the same types of things. We're entertained by the same things. So what's the big deal? Just change your thoughts. Start now. But you have 60,000 thoughts per day on average, they say. So imagine policing 60,000 thoughts per day. I don't have the time for that. I would rather be enjoying flow and everything else that's going on. But the problem is that we see a problem with the same thoughts and behaviors and beliefs that were there before. So we're looking at the problem or a new problem with the same old programming as before. That's not expansive. You can't change. You can't tap into the laws of the universe that way because it's the same old programming. Your subconscious is going to insist that you get the same reactions or that you get the same environment or that the same results occur because that is what you've been programmed to believe is possible or is what you need. So it might be time to radically change things. You know, in James Allen, As a Man Thinketh, right at the beginning, he says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. Well, if you are in a situation where you need to make something change and happen quickly, you've felt the crunch for a while. It's been more than 6 months you've been trying to change something. You've invested in people. You are buying into these manifesting processes and you're not seeing a change. It is time to tackle your subconscious programming. Now, this doesn't have to be hard, but it's certainly harder to do when you're trying to do it on your own because the subconscious doesn't want you to change things. It likes this efficient autopilot system. It is there to kind of protect you. It's not evil. It's nothing wrong with it. We need our subconscious mind. If you didn't have it, you'd have to relearn to walk every time you woke up in the morning. So we need this process to help us. But what you don't need is wasting time to try to figure it out on your own or to adapt someone else's process that doesn't actually work for you because it doesn't have the tripwires that are unique to you. Now, you know, you've probably read many books on manifesting or changing your mindset. You may even have done some of your own work and achieved little results. But then when something major happens later on that sets you back, you fall back into the same boom bust, or you go back down to the same level you were before, or you start panicking about the same things. And, you know, for the past 10 years, I've been working with people in this area to help change things for them. And really when I started was because I just knew that I needed to do more than what I was doing in the job I had before. And I was really successful where I was before. I just knew that I wanted to do something that really made a difference for people. And when I started working in this area, it was all about, you know, mindset. But then I realized people wanted to talk about their spicy life, even though it didn't seem related to their business. And that's where, you know, mind sex came in. Mindset plus sexual energy and what is the link between the two. But then as my work evolved, I realized that people need a safe place to say whatever it is that's coming up for them in their subconscious. And for me to be able to see the links between all of that so that we can clear it out once and for all. And the result of that is that my clients feel like no matter what happens in their life, they can handle it with confidence. They're showing up more authentically. The people around them have shifted and things have opened up for them. New opportunities, ideas that they hadn't even thought of in the realm of possibility for them. Suddenly, and quickly become possible for them. They feel like this lift of weight. Like I talked to someone on Sunday, we spent 6 hours on the phone, and by the end of it, she goes, I am so sorry. I feel like I threw all of my burdens onto you, but I feel 100 pounds lighter. And I said, it's impossible. First of all, by giving it to me, I'm an alchemist. I can turn all that into nothing. It's no burden for me. I'm objective. I'm out here. I'm not the one living it. But that staying in your core is feeding the subconscious programming that's there. The blame, the shame, the guilt, the anger, the resentment, the pointing fingers, I've tried this, look how many times I've tried this and it's not worked. You keep going for the evidence to prove what you've already felt and experienced. You might have moments of success and then, it kind of goes like this. And although my clients don't necessarily experience, a perfect life all of a sudden, because who wants that? Perfection is the false idol, by the way. And as soon as you said perfect, who's defining perfect? Certainly mine is not going to be yours and vice versa. But this idea that everything is going to be perfect, no. But anything that happens, you're not only going to be able to handle it, but you're also going to do it in a way that feels really fucking good to you, authentic, true, real. And the last thing is magical things start to happen. You immediately feel the momentum in the other way. It's like at first, our first few calls are going to get the low-hanging fruit out of the way, but then you're going to step into the universal laws that govern all of us, whether you know about them or not. But usually most people, because of the subconscious programming and the beliefs that were instilled in them that are not even yours, they're not even helpful, they're not even what you believe anymore, but they're subconsciously there. Well, they're the ones that are going to fuel this idea that you have to stay the same, or, your nervous system needs a certain amount of chaos to be okay. You don't necessarily notice that on a day-to-day basis. No, my life is just busy. It's fine. This is just normal for me. Yeah, I can handle anything. But meanwhile, it's because your subconscious needs this amount of chaos. So even when things are going well, all of a sudden something, gives you a setback. Well, that setback is to give you back that, the level of nervous system and chaos that you're used to. When that gets cleared out, it's not that your life is suddenly perfect, but you deal with things differently. And yes, you absolutely, as your thoughts change, your world around you changes. You physically manifest things way differently than before. Easier perhaps, but more importantly, authentically aligned to you. And a lot of people that I've talked to, they either want to, throw their hands up in the air and give everything up, or, they're ready to quit business, or they're like, what am I doing? This is not me anymore. I can't handle it. And they're almost embarrassed to admit, because they're actually really quite successful people. And also they feel like when they talk to me, they feel like they can say anything and they don't feel judged. And they're like, I can't believe I just shared that. I've never said that out loud. But after they share what they share and they see that there's no judgment and it's outside of them, it can be examined more objectively. And they're like, well, wait a minute, that's not actually what I believe anyway. And then the other thing is when you have someone making the link between what it is that you're consciously saying now to the subconscious thinking, or subconscious thoughts, memories, beliefs, behaviors, feelings that are embedded in your subconscious that kind of clash with what it is that you're saying consciously and what it is that you're putting up subconsciously. When you have someone that can shortcut that can see the link, that intuitively gets that, it makes things so much easier. But it's also like a permanent change for you. This is something that you're then going to be showing up as the most authentic version of you unapologetically. And it's not like you need to be flipping off people, or and it doesn't even mean that you need a drastic change in your life. But if you can take an honest, deep breath and know that no matter what is happening out there, that you've got this and you can handle this, whew, it's much, much more enjoyable to be showing up. So if you're ready to do something different, message me right now the 3 things that you've either been trying to change for more than 6 months, or the 3 things that, if I could wave a magic wand and I could make those 3 things happen for you, what it would mean. Send me a message now or comment below and let me know. Talk to you soon.